Do you find yourself ever kind of living on autopilot, inching your way through the days? Yet you look in the mirror and see more time has passed by. You find yourself hiding, maybe a little anxious, down, numb. What if everything that you believed was a result of wearing dirty glasses? Glasses you've had on for so long that you never thought to question what you saw or the lens you were filtering your world through. What if you could clean those glasses and start seeing a brighter and more inviting place where anything and everything was possible? Hi, my name is Leah, spelled Ligia, author of bestseller Living with Dirty Glasses, available on ebook right now. Living with Dirty Glasses is a raw, unapologetic story for people who have felt stuck in their past, who know there is so much more life to be lived. It's a book that will give you space to find healing and clarity by cleaning your glasses. I have 3 things you can do today to start cleaning your glasses. I'll share them a little bit later in the video. Don't take my word for it though. This is what people are saying about living with dirty glasses. I wrote the book because I was tired of living in shame and was convinced that I couldn't be the only one that felt this way. It's taken me a lifetime to figure out what was happening inside of me. Endless therapies, failed medication trials that left me feeling like a guinea pig on the best of days and like an absolute zombie on others. There was hospitalizations for over 2 years, being labeled again and again by panels of doctors, telling me I had everything under the sun, but no tools with how to deal with it. I was being labeled again and again, never knowing what any of it meant. Then it was over 23 attempts to take my life because I couldn't live with the toxic chatter that had become my mind. It was a book that helped me see that there was hope for me, that there was a life outside this chatter, outside the pain, outside of the things that were happening to me that I didn't even know how to control, how to stop, or that there was another way to feel. That was the start of my path, but life couldn't wait for me to figure it all out. I continued to grow into adulthood, fall in love, and found myself responsible for little people. I was determined to do it right. But before I knew it, my past was creeping in on me. At times, it felt like it was closing in on me, pulling me down, threatening to drown me, and all that I had come through, and all the potential that was still ahead of me. At my worst, I was hiding in bathroom stalls to avoid people. I didn't understand why this was happening. I had moments where things would be going great, and then out of nowhere, I'd get these panic attacks that would come on so strong, I had to pull over. And I'd be a heap of tears and sobbing, just trying to settle myself down. And it was so scary. I didn't know what was happening. I'd have these full body flashbacks that made me feel so scared. And then the drops into depression that it literally felt painful to move. I was so determined to never go back to that clinic where nothing worked. I came to a point that I had to save myself because nothing else was working, and understand what was happening to me and how I could change it. How could I stop it? Have you ever felt that way? If you have, please put it in the comments. Say yes. 4 things that you can do right now. I'm pretty sure I said 3 at the beginning of this video, but 4 things to start cleaning your dirty glasses. Gratitude. I want you to write down everything that you're grateful for. And then imagine your life without those things. What would that be like? Put yourself in someone else's shoes. You know, it was very humbling for me to learn that a friend of mine was having trouble conceiving a child. She was having trouble conceiving a child. And here I was complaining bitterly about not being able to manage my 4 children. I never had that experience. And I realized as I was complaining about my life, it's a life that she's been trying to get to for so long, that has been met with heartache. So what you have that you forget that you have because you're so used to having it is someone else's dream. I want you to remember that. Number 2, I want you to get out in nature. Put your phone on disable, silent, whatever you want to call it. Do not disturb, that's the word I'm looking for. And go for a walk in nature. I want you to take your time in nature and just look at the organized chaos that is the beauty all around you. Take a minute and look at something close up. Really take in what your senses are feeding you. What are the colors you see? How does the bark feel on the tree? Hug a tree. Put your hand out and just embrace that moment just for a second and feel it. Feel how you are a part of that system. We've all gone to cities and we've forgotten what it is to connect with nature, our origins, our roots. Number 3, be a student. Naturally, we have a story that's running through our heads. It's as natural as breathing. It's as automatic as your heartbeat. And it goes on without you even knowing. But it can go on to hurt you, or it can go on to help you. But you have to be conscious in how you're thinking. And the best way I found for myself was to interrupt my own story by learning from the stories of others. And the coolest part was, the more I practiced this, the more when my chatter started up really loud, I noticed that other people's stories and how they approached difficult situations started to become an option that I never thought was available to me. I'll give you a quick example. I was working night shifts and I was exhausted all the time because that just messes with your body systems. But I wanted to train for an obstacle course called Tough Mudder. But I needed to get some running kilometers in. But I'd always say, I'm too tired, I'm so this, I'm so that. And then I started listening to this podcast. One of my favorite podcasts was the Rich Roll podcast. And I'd hear these amazing stories of athletes and how the overall message I got from them was that they're normal people, just like me. And they didn't feel like doing it either. Yet they remembered why they wanted to do it. Why was it important to them? And I'd hear their stories, like Tarina Pitt. Most of her body was burned in wildfire, and she came back through the pain, through the disfigurement, through just the agony of a body being ravaged by fire. She's running ultra marathons, not just ultra marathons, and sharing her story. Or Colin O'Brady and his story about traversing Antarctica by himself, unassisted, pulling a 350-pound sled to support himself through that journey. And I'm too tired to do a 5-kilometer run? Please. It just helped me notice my excuses, and it gave me inspiration to get out there and do it. Wherever I was, I'm not at that level, but I was doing what I could where I was, and that was enough. So number 3, be a student. Number 4, and the most important one, your why. Why is this important to you? Why do you want to work on this? Why are you still here with me on this video? What's your why? What's going to get you up in the morning? What's going to motivate you? I'll share my working out why with you to get you started. I want one day that my grandkids, when asked, what are you doing this weekend? They say, I'm doing a Tough Mudder or some sort of mud obstacle course with my grandma. That's the legacy I want to leave. That's what I want my grandkids to say one day. That's why it's so important for me to have fitness in my life and good food in my body, because I am looking for the long term. My why for this book, for this video, for this putting myself out there, I don't want anyone to feel as alone as I once did. To live with debilitating shame that comes with staying silent. I want you to experience a world out of that pain, that struggle, that numbness, and experience a world of energy that radiates when you are living true to your purpose. If you are with me on this journey, hit that subscribe button, share this message, share the book with a friend. To buy the book, see the description for the link. If inspired, leave a review. This helps me so much to spread the message to those who need it. If you want to download your free printable PDF workbook, complete with pinup quotes, like one of my favorites, one can choose to go back towards safety or forward towards growth. Growth must be chosen again and again. Fear must be overcome again and again, by Abraham Maslow. Thank you all so much for watching, all your support, and remember to look for ways to clean your glasses.